FlatsClass fans? Captain CA here, and welcome back to the channel. I'm out here on my summer trips here in Louisiana, staying at Cajun Fishing Adventures, and there's been a series of YouTube videos we have put out. But today, I want to reveal a lure I think not only in my top 5 baits here in Louisiana, but I find that it comes in quite handy in many of the places I fish in Florida. And that is the spinnerbait. And that's what we're going to talk about today on FlatsClass YouTube. Stay tuned. There is a redfish right here. How's that for cane poling with a spinnerbait? He didn't even hesitate. Never even hesitated. Wow. And that in itself is why a spinnerbait is one of my favorite baits. It's an attention getter. They can't miss it. It's the combination of not only a spoon, but a jig as well. And we're going to break it down for you today, because I mean, what a way to open. I just put the spinnerbait on, just put it on, and that's just ridiculous how good this is. It's just one of those baits that offers, you know, realism and flash and vibration that hone in on it really well. And let's get this guy in. And whoa, I broke him off trying to bring him in, so I'm gonna have to tie another spinnerbait on. But it's really that simple. If you're using a bladed bait like that, whether it be a chatterbait or a spinnerbait, I think the spinnerbait in shallow water gives me a little bit more lift, and that's why I like it so much. But we're going to break it down as I rig another one right now. But here, these bullseye spinnerbaits, I like the size 4 just because it's a little more subtle. The 1/4 ounce weight is the weight I prefer. And these are very resilient to several redfish eats. So I'm going to tie one on real quick and we'll be back in action. Stay tuned. All right, I am going to lift my power pole up. And I'm going to move us. See if I can't get something to happen here. I can't tell you how much I'm enjoying my Move trolling motor by power pole. It is making being a YouTube guy way easier than pulling backwards and then stopping. Now I'm going to still do that with my Eldora, but this particular vessel, the Professional, the Hell's Bay Professional, I'm really enjoying this big time. Now this is going to be almost an instant eat, I guarantee you, the next time I throw it, because it's why it's one of my favorite baits. Like I said on the intro and on that first fish, I mean, it's the best of both worlds. You've got a spoon and you've got a jig in one lure, and it's just amazing how they receive it. They see it from a greater distance, they feel it from a greater distance, and then if you've got the right size on here, which I do, they do not hesitate on thumping it. And I know I make this stuff look easy, like these fish are dumb, but they're not dumb. You still have to present properly if you're gonna get an eat. So it's got to be with the tide and everything like that, and same direction of the current. But you do that, you are definitely going to get some activities, get some action. All right, let me move down this bank, and I will be back momentarily. The other nice thing about a spinnerbait is the spinnerbait is one of those types of lures that give you a lot of lift. So if you need to get it over some shallow humps and things like that, because of the way it's oriented, the blade gives it lift over the top of stuff quite easily, and it's pretty amazingly weedless. If you don't have that stringy algae stuff, if it's just regular grass, or especially if you're working it over rock or just like needle grass over a thin point, it's fantastic. And if there's a fish in there that is, you know, opportunistic and looking for something, he's going to feel that bait, and then all of a sudden he's going to see that tail, and not going to be a surprise to you or him that he's going to eat it either. He's going to eat it. I'm going to move down here a little further and see if I can't see one. Looks like the mullet are right up here on the mud flat itself. You can see them up here, like here's one here. But these reds should be on this transition line. They should be all along this transition line here. So if I don't see one soon, I'm going to get back out there toward the mouth again. So let's talk a little bit about the rod and reel setup. Because I'm here and I'm sight fishing more, this is a 610 medium. This is a Zodius, and I do like this rod. It's set up fairly good for spinnerbait fishing. It's definitely a medium action. I've got 30-pound Super Slick. This is Super Slick V2 from Power Pro, and I've got it direct connected to the spinnerbait. No leader at all. If you got a leader, most of the time it just breaks. I'm using a reel. This is a Corrado. I believe this one's a 7-2, but anything 7-2, 7-3, 7-4 is pretty good. If you get one that's too fast, what happens is on your retrieve, instead of your spinnerbait running true, it'll want to roll over all the time because you're just reeling it too fast unconsciously, so you don't get the true action of the spinnerbait. And this rod is what I would call, you know, it's fairly forgiving. It's probably a 70-30 rod, or maybe even a 80-20 rod, but you're going to know, and it's going to load up on its own when you get a hit, because it's a constant contact type lure. You just know when you get a hit because you're always rolling it, and when it stops, you got to bite. That's it. You're not having to finesse anything. You're not working it on slack line like a jig or anything like that. So, like I said, it's the best of both, the swim jig and the spoon all in one. And I just saw a fish take off right here. That's what made me mess up. But let me get back to work, and let's catch one. I mean, how about that? Let's go catch another one. One right here. Man, again, that one actually balled it up. Might have to change to a longer jig. Maybe the redfish eye, maybe the trout eye is just too short. Could be a jig length thing. That happens to me one more time. Felt like I let him eat it. You know, when you're looking at this, and many times, you know, when they're hitting that blade and they're not getting that hook, you can take the shorter shank jig off, and you can go to a redfish eye, which is just a little bit longer, as you can see, because trailer hooks really don't work in salt water. Trailer hooks don't, but you can see how this jig falls back a little bit farther, and it's a little bit wider gap, this longer redfish eye, and it might be the better tool the way they're biting today. All right, let's get back after it. Whoa, 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 whoa. I can't even stop him. Golly, you got me around that PVC. Let me see if I can get over here. I don't want him to get me around that piece of iron pipe. Now he's back this way. Crazy. I mean, this is a big redfish. I mean, I threw to him, I hooked him up, and then I turned the camera off because I thought he broke off. He ran so hard at me, I thought, man, I must have lost him. Then I tried to get the camera back on, and I had to keep both hands on the reel because he ran all the way behind the boat. Whoa. He's still doing it to me. I'm trying not to lose this fish. Trying not to lose him. Doing my best. The spinnerbait came through big time. Oh, it's just not the right rod for this. Throwing to a fish that big. And I'm trying to dig under. Come on, man. I have survived it this long. Oh, sorry, I'm behind the boat again, guys. This fish does what he wants to do. I cannot do a whole lot with him. I promise he will be worth it if we land him. By myself shooting these videos, so I have no help. But he smoked that spinnerbait. Never expect, this might be the biggest red I've caught since I've been here in Louisiana. Oh man. I'm gonna need my bogey grip. I need my bogey grip. Look at the size of that fish. Oh, dear Lord. Dear Lord. Oh, not the right rod. Not the right rod. I gotta. By far my biggest fish. By far. I wasn't even catching them this big out front, much less here in the marsh. Let me open the bail, open the thumb bar, because I don't know if I'll be able to hold on to them. So here's my spinnerbait. Wait till you see this fish. I'm gonna measure him real quick. He is about 43 inches long. I'm just gonna try to pick him up just so you guys can see him. Look at that. That is a heavyweight. What a fish. All right, let me revive him. If you've ever doubted the spinnerbait as being the right bait, even in the back marsh, well, we've seen to dispel that now. All right. Damn, what a fish. What a fish. Come on. What a brute. 42 inches long. 42 inches long. You gonna go? You gonna go? Show me how you can swim away. There you go. Wow. Just wow. As tight as this drag is. It didn't bend the hook out. It didn't bend the spinner arm on the bullseye from Z-Man. Didn't bend it out. I mean, that's amazing. And that's direct braid to it, 30 pound. Not expecting to catch, you know, a 40, mid-40s fish in here, you know, because this is a bayou between two marshes. Never expected that. But good to know the resiliency of the product, the fact that these work extremely well, especially now that the light is getting a little bit darker. They're a little bit more willing to hit it. And releasing that fish there, I felt like the water wasn't as warm as I thought it was. It's actually, I guess because we had a rain last night, a little cooler. So one of the benefits of the old spinnerbait is the fact that when you're in off-color water like this, they not only can see it a little easier, but they definitely feel it. And this water is stained in here on the outgoing, so I'm looking for, you know, a shadow, a silhouette to let me know, hey, there they are, and then make the presentation. And I'm trying to eliminate catching anything I don't want to catch, like long-nosed gar or whatnot. So we'll get another shot here in a second. I got a feeling that wasn't an accident. We're gonna get another hammer here. I got a feeling. I think there's some reds right here. Oh yeah, man, he hammered that spinnerbait. The rest of them are trying to take it. Come on, buddy. I'm back. Hit my power pull down button. Oh, what a tool. There had to be 4 or 5 of them there. Fortunate enough to get this guy. Spinnerbait. Unceremoniously put back in the water, but it works. All right, let's do that one more time. These cane bayous, just all you got to do is just follow the edge of the cane, and or keep your eyes peeled on it. You'll see as it gets lower and lower, they got to come out of spots like that, and they just fall off on these edges, and you'll just see them along the canes, and you can just pitch to them. Love the low water. Low water concentrates the fish, just like it does in Florida. High water lets them wander around all through that. That's the Louisiana version of a mangrove right there. So when it's low, they're out here where I can get to them. And definitely my favorite time to target them with this spinnerbait. And this, well, look at the size of that gar right there. Can you believe that? Ooh, thing looks like an alligator. Or it's as big as an alligator. Nice fish. That is the way you end a day. On a catch. Ended on a catch. Wow, he's a little bigger than I thought. He's a little bigger than I thought. Can't do a whole lot with him. All right, come on. Let me get you back. Let me get you back. Spinnerbait fishing, it's honestly, it's automatic. If you're laying those casts out and they can see them and feel them, it just seals the deal. Like I said, what a perfect lure, and always a top 5 for marsh fishing for me. Combination between a spoon and a jig, get the best of both. Here we go. Come on, buddy. Oh yeah, nice fish. Ooh. Man, the Z-Man bullseye. Fish are so strong here. So strong. Now you know, you've learned a few things I've taught you since I've been out here about what lures are going to work best in what scenarios. And this off-color water, you know, this works great. Oh, come on, man. I'm done. I'm done. Pulling me around. Much bigger fish than I anticipated. Much bigger fish. I may have to reach for my boga. This is quality. Quality specimen. Solo fishing is something I do a lot for YouTube. Oh, yeah, yep, that's a big fish. Yep. All right, another fish. Wow, that is a nice fish. That's definitely going to be a closed fish. Definitely going to be a closed fish right there. That's another one well over 30. All I can say is adios, amigos. Whew. Let's call it a day. If you're enjoying what we're doing here at FlatsClass YouTube and you're learning things, I mean, I'm really making a difference in your day-to-day fishing, give us that thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and please subscribe. I want you with me in the boat, in the classroom. We've got all kinds of great content on this channel, from the Tidewater Diaries and the FlatsClass TV episodes, and then even the adventure stuff we do, the reviews, and of course all these tips that I give away to you, and they're all free. You don't need anything. All you need to do is subscribe so you don't miss any of them. Okay, I'm gonna get behind the wheel and we're out of here.